We've gone over 1, 2, 3. We've gone over shoulder. We've gone over close standing medium kick. And all of these ways that are high parryable to activate. What about lows? At the high end, or more advanced I should say, eventually you'll be comboing into crouching light punch or crouching light kick, into forward fierce or daipon loop or medium punch into shoulder. There's a lot of different ways that you can continue. However, for beginners and for intermediate yun players, this is not going to be what you're going to go after. Because if you mess up your timing, although your next two things may combo, it starts from a low in crouching light punch and crouching light kick. These are both down parryable. So whether you make your opponent block or you hit them, they can just down parry and throw you, and that's basically the end of your Ganejin. Not quite, but you have to work for it very hard. Now, even at a high level, this way to activate off of a low is used at all sorts of ranges, from very far away to point blank. So the reason why this is important is because when you're in a situation, especially in the corner against your opponent, they have to guess between high, like with close range medium kick, or low in crouching medium kick when you activate. So if you're not comfortable just activating and making them guess and then confirming into and from pressure, then making sure that you're next to them when you activate can be very important, because you have the ability to go high with crouching medium punch, crouch light kick. You have the ability to go low with crouching medium kick, crouch light kick, or just straight crouching light kick, going right into pressure and stuff, right? So while this is not a guide on pressure, it's important to know that pressure is how you get Zempo. And for very basic combos, you're going to end up with, you know, not the most amount of damage and not the most amount of meter return, but you're going to get 20 to 30% of your meter. And that's enough for you to continue your pressure and, you know, get another bar and all that stuff. The rule of 3 applies because of Zempo tension, where 3 Zempos is enough normally with the rest of the things that happen to kill your opponent. So the further away that you are, the harder it is to get in, right? Because you have to walk. So the way that you can approach this is you can use far standing heavy punch into shoulder and then continue after that. Or you can use crouching medium kick into shoulder. There's a lot of ways that you can continue pressure. Although this is not going to be covered in depth, you know, you can jump in as well, either from, you know, starting with this, like crouching medium kick into crouching light kick or something, or starting with, you know, the far standing heavy punch. Now, there are a lot more options like jump in target combo, whiff dive kick, actual dive kicks to hit them, and all that stuff. But jumps are not something that you want to be doing, especially mid-screen, all that often. But they can work. But your main goal is just to activate off of crouching medium kick, and then get to a range where you can force your opponent to guess. And if you're capable of confirming inside of Ganejin, then that is one of your goals. Otherwise, you're going to be wanting to look for Zempo. Now, at a higher level, you can activate off of this, and then confirm off of universal overheads during pressure. Just something like this. But that's a little bit harder to do, and it's not something that you should be focusing on. However, you can use forward medium kick in order to get extra damage during your Ganejin. Even at the highest level, the top players can use this to open up their opponents. And this can be done off of a couple things. It can be done off of crouching light kick, it can be done off of far standing medium punch, or you can just straight do pressure and then delay and do it, or walk forward and do it, or walk back and do it. You know, reacting to this is not as easy as people think. So while it is possible to react to, it's still very strong. Now there are two cases in which you should not use this move, and that is against Hugo and against Q. Whether it is blocked or you hit your opponent, they can punish you. Q with a reverse Kara throw with back medium punch into throw, and Hugo with his, SPD or super if he has it, Gigas. So as a beginner player, your goal is just to use this to start pressure and open your opponent up with throws, or Zempo, I should say. Get your corner, and then continue from there. And I'll be going over beginner pressure and beginner Zempo stuff in videos shortly, but activating off of a low is very important, because otherwise your opponent will only have to worry about high parrying on their wake up.